Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Okay, just the kids, okay, after me, just the children. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Now just the band. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
the kids are beating. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
see the kids are beating it. No power there. Hare Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare Ram,
Hare Ram,
Hare Ram,
man. Ram Ram,
Ram,
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare.
You're in the spiritual world, you remain in the spiritual. Okay, the woman, show. Hare Krishna, the woman power. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Right. You want to try that again? It's America, you know, quality. Hare Krishna. You're losing it. There's less manners than that. Yeah, but you're supposed to be. Okay, let's try one more time. Just kind of. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Ah, very good. Now we're thinking I can just touch you there. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna.
Krishna Krishna.
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Hare Ram.
Hare Ram.
Hare Ram.
Hare Ram.
Ram Ram.
Ram Ram.
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Good. So what we'll do is we're going to chant. I chant first and then you repeat. Good? So you listen attentively and then you repeat it. But everyone should chant. It will benefit. It's a good benefit. I know, but it's good. Easy one, so everyone can chant. Hare When he was in the school, his friends wanted to play ball. So what did he tell his friends? What did he say? No, but then what else? He said it's not time to play ball now. It's time to become Krishna conscious. And what did they say? After we too young now, we're 5. 5 years old, you want us to become God conscious. Let's play ball first. So what did he tell us? Do you remember? Something like that, but what's the exact? He said that in general people live 100 years. But half of his life they sleep, so 50 years is finished. But people sleep a lot generally. So 50 years you sleep, 50 years is left. Then 10 years is for young age, when you play ball. Then another 20 years, you study, you get married, family. So 10 years left. But then after that, you become old and you're thinking, oh, my grandchildren, let me take care of my grandchildren. So there's no time. So for that, then now, you have to start now. So you ready? Is this what you're doing every day? So Prahlad told us that now you should start early in Krishna, in spiritual life. So, because most of you came last time, isn't most of you? Yes? Come on? Yes, most people came. The new people you come for the first time, right? First time? First time? Okay. Good. Okay. So I was thinking to do a little more knowledgeable class, a little more advanced. Now, every time that we go out, every time that she's the high ball lady, is it the high ball lady time? You know this lady always, your daughter always says high ball. Is she the one saying high ball all the time? She's not the one? She has the same jet, that's why. This one lady, she always says high ball, high ball. She understood for that message. She said, yes, now, high ball, high ball. Oh, she's the one over there. This is Keshav's daughter. Hey, Haribo.
Haribo. Yep, very good.
Haribo.
Haribo.
She's
Haribo.
shy. Huh? Okay, so we'll just speak a little bit, try to be attentive. You see, the problem is that we don't have much knowledge, and it's the knowledge. If we have knowledge, we can actually cut the illusion. We meet illusion every day, and it stops us from advancing spiritually. So our mind has to become sharp, like a razor blade, so that when your razor blade touches something, it cuts through. So whenever there's illusion, with knowledge, we can cut through. Therefore, it is very important to hear attentively. So, everywhere we go, you go to the shop, you go to work, you go to school, you open the television, you read the newspaper. We always get bombarded by one message. What is that message? There's always one message, the same thing going around. It's always telling you one thing. You want to check? What is in general, what is the message of society? Try it. Let's take a guess. Let's take a guess. What is the general message? Huh? What? Learning. Also, they're learning what? Reading? But what is the general message that we get?
Problems.
Huh?
Problems.
Yes, but what is the main message that it's telling? Every time you see a billboard, every time you see an ad on TV, every time you see a newspaper, a magazine, it's always telling you one thing.
Right.
Rain?
Crime?
Yes.
What is? Enjoy, yes. Enjoy me. Maya, the illusion say, come and enjoy me. Huh? Every time it's saying, eat this, enjoy that, buy this. So basically the message that we're seeing every day in the newspapers, on the billboards, in the radio, and the television is that you are this body. You are Sri Lankan, you are Indian, you are a woman, you are a man, you are a child, and you are this body. This is called Aham Mamiti, that I am this body and everything I touch is mine. So everyone is thinking that now I'm 40 years old, I'm 30 years old, I'm a woman, I have 2 children, I'm from Sri Lanka, let me fight, or I'm Indian, or I'm from Quebec, I want to separate. We all identify with the body. So the message that we get complete from society is that you should enjoy your body, isn't it? You agree with that? Yes? This is the main message that we get every day. Therefore, it is very difficult for us to become God conscious. Because constantly the same message is coming, that you should enjoy your body, you should accumulate things, and the goal of life is to enjoy everything. You agree with that? So what do we do with that? How do we get out of this? We in the... Huh? Chanting. We are in the kingdom of what? What is the kingdom we are living in? Yes. Nintendo. What did he say? Canada. Oh, Canada, yes. We're living in Canada. But what is the material world? Is the kingdom of who? What is your name, the teacher?
Beg your pardon?
What is your name?
Tangaraja.
Kangaraja.
Tangaraja.
Kangaraja. Kangaraja. That is good.
Tanga means gold.
Tanta.
Tanga means gold.
Tea or tea? Tanta.
Tanga is gold. Raja is king. Gold Raja. Golden king.
Okay, so anyway, so we want to know the world is in the kingdom of who?
Kingdom of misery.
Kingdom of misery.
Yeah.
Who's in charge of this misery?
We ourselves. We ourselves.
Huh?
We ourselves.
I know Krishna, but who is working for Krishna here? Who is working for Krishna? Come on. Who is working? Who is the servant of Krishna in the material world?
Ladies. Devotees.
Devotee.
You never heard about Maya? Yes, Maya. Ah. Maya means, you can say.
Yes.
Maya means what is not. So Maya is the jailkeeper. Maya is the jailkeeper. She makes sure that you will stay here. It's like if you do something bad outside, You go to jail and there's jail keepers. So do you know what we did bad? What did we do bad? You speak English? What did we do bad?
Taking punishment, nothing doing outside, never going outside.
No, but what did we do bad that we have to live in the material world? Huh? What? Yes, sin. Who said sin? Yeah. But what is that sin? We ate too much chocolate or something?
Too many, there's a different kind of sins. Every day.
But the sin, no, but before we came in, what did we do to come here?
We brought some of our past lives karmic effect.
Yes, but I'm saying that before you were in the material world, you were in the spiritual world with Krishna. That we are eternal servant of God. We are with God in the spiritual world. So why did we come here?
We did some mistakes.
Huh? Yeah, but what's that mistake?
We thinking we are the king. We are
Yes, we want to become king. We don't want to accept God as God. So you cannot become God in the kingdom of God, can you?
Yeah.
So God says, okay, you want to become God. Here's your kingdom and you try to become God here.
And then come back.
Well, come back there if you want to go. You know the story that we give often. Am I speaking slow enough? Is it too fast?
No.
You sure? So, hey, you're doing it now. But where you leaving? Okay, so I'll give you an example. This is an easy example. You are cooking. Your child is 2 years old. And the child is saying, I want to cook like you. You look at the child, how can you work on the stove? It says, Mommy, Daddy, I want to cook. So what's the mother going to do? Yes. What is it? What is the... Peggy Fisher? What's the name of it? Fisher fries. He's going to buy Fisher fries cooker. Huh? And the child is going to start cooking on the Fisher fries cooker and thinking, oh, I'm like Mommy and Daddy. Now I am cooking. Is he cooking? No. So sit. What is it? Not really. But you're making as if you're cooking. Very smart. Did you put this flour in your hair on your own? Is this a real flour or plastic flour? I say, did you give it a name? Did you give it a name? Who put the nice tilak on you? You should teach, well, you should teach all the adults how to put it on. So, when we don't want to serve God in the spiritual world, God out of love, because the mother and the father out of love don't want to see the child suffer. So they buy this cooker. Like the child is saying, show me the moon. They say, no, give me the moon. How can you give the moon? Give me the moon now. Can you give me the moon? How what? You remember, huh? That's good. I spoke about this last time. I'm checking on you guys. You weren't there? They still you knew. So the mother or the father takes a mirror and show the reflection of the moon. And the child is very happy that now I have the moon. So the material world is created to satisfy our desire to become God or the king. We want to enjoy. And we see children, they bring everything to their mouth. They want to enjoy themselves. And when people become very powerful, they want to rule everyone and kill everyone and control everyone, isn't it? We see when big rulers come because they want to become God. So this is in us also. Why don't all the children come in front? Come. That's what they did last time. Don't be shy. Come here. Even the babies, you can come. No, come here. Come. Leave this space for me. The children are very good. Come, don't be shy. What's your name? It's nice to meet you. Is that a one family? Is that one family? 5 kids? You Sri Lankan like children. You know, in Quebec, before, they also children, you can jump well, elderly children. You know, in Quebec, they used to have 30 children. You know that? Before. It was also good business because they needed people to work on the farm. But the women were very strong. They would have children, and then they would continue working. But the children after children. 25 to 30, but many would die. Okay, let's continue. So, the material world is created to satisfy our desire. Now we are here. And in the kingdom of Maya, which is the kingdom of illusion, Maya means what is not. So it's a God, Krishna, has one jail person called Maya. And in the material world, the business of Maya is to make us suffer. Because when we suffer, we start thinking, oh, maybe it's not a nice place. But we are so crazy that even when we suffer, we're thinking, oh, kick me more, kick me more. Prabhupada is saying in a tape that the conditioned soul is telling Maya, kick me in the face, kick me more. Let me suffer more. I like it. It's like, for example, sometimes you see these people on the street and they take these cigarette butts and they try to smoke. There's nothing. Or you take the Sugar King or someone already chew and there's nothing to chew. This is called chewing the truth. You chew, but there's no taste, no more juice. So in the mature world, we are chewing what already we have chewed. We have tried enjoying the body so many times, but we are chewing and it is not working. So we are thinking, let me try again one more time. I'm sure it will work. It does not work. There's no taste. So until we understand this, Maya will kick and kick and kick. And we are going to think, oh, this is lovely. Let me stay here. But at one point we come to the stage of understanding that we have to get out of here. Therefore Krishna speaks in the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna speaks in so many scriptures. And he sends spiritual masters, gurus, Vaishnavas, devotees to tell us that why do you stay here? So therefore our business is to fight that illusion. To fight the illusion of Maya. Because every day illusion is coming. Like for example, Coca-Cola. Every time they say every day, you see all these, they say, buy my product, buy Coca-Cola. But all of you know Coca-Cola. Why are they asking again, buy Coca-Cola? Everyone knows Coca-Cola. Yeah, get money, but they want to make sure that you remember. They want to brainwash you. They want you to think, Coke, 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 Coke. I should buy Coke. You know, they want to remind you. So Maya is always reminding you, or us in one form or another, that please enjoy this body in so many ways. You should eat this, you should smoke this, you should drink this, you should enjoy this, you should go to this movie. No problem. You should do so many things. Enjoy. So it is a problem for us. Good. That was very good. Haribo. You know, the children are the future. Because if you train your children spiritually, then these are the future of knowledge. So our problem is that every day we have this publicity telling us that we have to become Maya conscious or illusion conscious. You follow? So what we have to do is protect ourselves. How to become, you see, we have to ourselves. Hare Krishna. You remember the class I gave on the mind? The mind is going everywhere. There's one noise, the mind goes in. It's very difficult for one who speaks. It's very difficult for one who speaks because we have to make sure that everyone's mind is listening. This is your grandchild. Come in, come in, come in. Everyone is from Sri Lanka? What's your name? I forget, I'm sorry. Huh? That's easy, I can remember. So, for Tamils, you put the name of the father at the end? Is that how you do it?
Name in front.
Your last name is actually your first name, isn't it?
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Japanese people do that.
Most of the boys in Tamil, they end with
A-N.
That's true.
Okay, but don't you put the name of your father also in it?
Father is the last name.
The last name is the name of your father, that's what I'm saying. Don't go too far. Hare Krishna, how's it going? Don't go too far. Come here. We don't want to miss you then. It's very warm outside.
Oh, yeah.
Now we staying too warm in the house. When it was too cold, too cold. You heard the story of Haridas Thakur? Haridas Thakur was a great saint and he was put in jail. And then he looked at the prisoner and says, "You are so happy, so lucky." So the prisoner wanted to kill him.
Why?
He says, "Because at least you know that you are in jail. But those outside, they don't understand that they're in jail. Because outside we have the illusion that actually there is no jail. But actually there is jail, but it's like a first-class jail. You don't see the bars. But you cannot get out if you want to get out." Okay, so let's continue. So the mature world is created to keep us, because we rejected Krishna's service. We don't want to serve Krishna in the spiritual world. So, because we don't, I want to try to be attentive. Because we don't want to serve God in the spiritual world, we live in the mature world. Now Maya, who is taking care of the jail, makes sure that we stay here. Now Krishna, through his representative, through the spiritual master, the devotees, and the scriptures, tell us what we should do to get out of it. So now our problem is we live in a society where there is no development of knowledge. At least in past societies there would be material life and spiritual life. But now there is only material life. No one is thinking about God. And if they are thinking about God, they're thinking that God is only like Santa Claus. I'm putting $1 in the donation box, but my son should become a doctor, my daughter should find a very good husband, I should make a lot of money. So this is the notion. This is the notion that people have about God. So in the scriptures, I took today, this book is called the Upadishamrita, which is called the Nectar of Instruction. So there's 2 verses in that book. Amazing to see people's mind. You can fix it with the eyes. So the Nectar of Instruction helps us and gives us instructions of things that are favorable and the things that are not favorable for us making spiritual advancement. You understand? Favorable means good things. Like for example, if I am a diabetic, I should not take sugar. If I take sugar, it is sinful because I will die. If I'm a student and I don't study, this is sinful because I will not pass my course. So sin is not just someone hitting you on the hand. Sin is anything that will stop you from becoming God conscious. You want to stop these activities that will stop me from becoming Krishna conscious. So therefore these 2 verses help us understand things that are favorable and things that are not favorable. So I'll just read the Sanskrit. Actually, I'll do the Sanskrit word by word and you can repeat after me. The Sanskrit language is a spiritual language. When you say the Sanskrit, even if you don't understand, you make spiritual advancement. You can understand Krishna better. Okay, so after me. Utsahan, Nichayat, Daryat, Tat, Karma, Pravartanat, Sangha, Tyagat, Sato Vite, Shadhi, Bhakti, Prasiditi. So I'll just read it. Utsa, you want to try it? I'll give one line. Utsaha Nichayat Daryat. The Sanskrit scholars. Tat Kama Pravatanat. Sangatyagat Sato Vite. Shadvi Bhakti Prasidyati. So the translation goes as follows. Please repeat after me. There are 6 principles. Favorable. To the execution of pure devotional service. So you understand pure devotional service means that we want to serve Krishna out of love. Not that because we want something, but out of love. But also pure devotional service is the practice, is what we are trying to do every day so we can become God conscious. So there are 6 principles favorable to the execution of our daily practice to become Krishna conscious. So repeat after me. 1, be enthusiastic. 2, endeavoring with confidence. 3, being patient. 4, acting according to regulative principles. 5, abandoning the association of non-devotees. And 6, following in the footsteps of the previous acharyas. Acharya means teacher. These 6 principles undoubtedly assure the complete success of pure devotional service. So you see here what is being said. This is Rupa Goswami speaking. Rupa Goswami is a disciple of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Rupa Goswami is an eternal liberated soul. His original form is actually one of a manjari. Manjaris are the servants of the gopis who are serving Krishna. So manjari is a very elevated position. So Rupa Goswami came 500 years ago and he compiled that book for us. And this verse is saying that if we follow these 6 principles, we will definitely become victorious over our fight against the illusion. What is it, Krishna?
Can you explain what first 2?
I will explain everything now. Oh. So the first one is enthusiasm. What does enthusiasm mean?
Arvam or interest.
Interest and?
Interest or arvam in Tamil.
Oh, in Tamil.
Interest.
But I'm asking, explain what it means enthusiasm. Not in Tamil, what it means to be enthusiastic.
Actively involving oneself in some
Good.
work.
And also to work with...
too.
Huh?
Anxious.
Anxious, yes. What else? There's people sleeping at the back. What else? What's your brother? In Montreal? I used to preach to his brother in Montreal. I gave him beads to chant, but he gave it to Sati's wife. So Sati was chanting. Sati, what's Sati?
Yeah.
But what's your wife, Uma? So you're chanting with the beads I gave to his...
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, I understand.
I made him promise to chant 1 round. Is he chanting? I used to go to people's houses and I used to take the beads and I used to look at them in the eyes. Because I sure that if they promise they should do it. But you can see how Krishna works. Krishna is very smart. You give beads to someone, then it goes to someone else. It's the same thing for these books. Everywhere we are distributing these books, there's a story, it's a true story, that one devotee, one person, he was driving his car, and then his car bumped on something. He stopped, and what was it? It was a Krishna book. It was a book, Krishna book. He read the book and became a devotee. There is another story of a man. He wanted to take shelter in the mountains. He didn't want to live in the world anymore. One of his friends came to see him. When he came to the airport, this friend got a Bhagavad Gita from one of our devotees. He brought this book to this man on the mountain. And this man read the Gita and came down and became a devotee. So Krishna is very powerful. These books are very powerful. Krishna has intelligence. And if we become the servants of Krishna, we will be able to transmit Krishna to people so they will also become God conscious. So enthusiasm, like you say, is to be actively engaged in certain activity. For example, if you want something to succeed, you must be enthusiastic. Yes, I want to do it. It also means to work with intelligence. So the first principle of becoming advanced spiritually is we should really be into it. We have to be enthusiastic. Like you see people are really into watching movies or really into certain games. You know, when you see children really into something, they work so hard to get it, or people want to make money, they're really enthusiastic that I'm going to win the lotto, the lottery. So enthusiastic. So what Rupa Goswami is saying is that we should also become enthusiastic in our desire to become advanced. Hey, good. Put some salt. So, you see, enthusiastic means, we have to understand that we're not asking anyone to abandon the mature life. Whatever you're doing every day, you do. But we want to also work spiritually. So the first principle is we should be enthusiastic. The second principle that is explained here is endeavoring with confidence. Confidence means, the example that is given here by Prabhupada is that a woman, when she gets married, she wants a child. But she has faith, she has confidence that her husband will give her a child. And then it will take 9 months for the child to come. Therefore, the wife should be confident and she should be patient. So our confidence is that we trust. That we trust what Krishna is saying in the Bhagavad Gita. We have faith what Prabhupada is saying. We trust what the sages are saying. We are confident that yes, if I follow, it is going to work. So we have to have faith. Because without faith, nothing can happen. And the third is patience. We have to be patient. We are thinking, oh, I've been chanting Hare Krishna for 2 days. Now everything should come. Oh, I chanted for 1 year, nothing is happening. But everything takes time. We have been in the mature world for thousands. We have been in the mature world for thousands of lifetimes. It is said in the scriptures that the soul has been there since time immemorial. You know, immemorial means you don't know when. So we've been here for a long time. So we cannot think that now I am chanting and tomorrow I will go back. When the child comes home, your son comes home with a black eye, what does it mean? What does it mean if you come with a black eye? You were fighting. So what does it mean when we come with this body in front of Krishna? What does it mean? It means that I cheated you. This body is a disease. It's like when you have fever, you have temperature. This temperature is disease. So the same way that the temperature is covering the body when you're sick, the mature body covers the soul when it is spiritually sick. You understand? You understand what I'm saying? You follow? So when we come in front of Krishna like this, it means, oh, I cheated you because I've come here. So when you cheat, it takes a long time to get someone that you cheat. If someone gives you post-dated checks all the time, he gives you another check, you will say, yeah, no problem. No. You want to be sure that this man is honest. You understand? So simply because we've cheated Krishna, it takes some time for us to bring Krishna into confidence. So therefore, one of the elements is we should be patient. Okay, so what's the first one? What's the second one? Confidence. Third one? What's the name? Patience. Good. I was taking my, I'm just doing it, guys, everyone. I forgot your name, you know. Well, I'm sorry if I forget the names. One is because I see a lot of people, and two because a lot of Tamil names, you know, sometimes it's difficult to, although my name people can't say also. Do you all know my name?
Yeah, no.
My name is Nrsimhananda.
We just call you now.
No, Nrsimhananda, you should call me Prabhu.
So name?
Huh? This is the short name. You can call Prabhu Nrsimhananda. You see, when I took initiation Diksha, my guru gave the name Nrsimhananda. It took me a few days before I could even say my name. You know, in this age, we don't do yagyas so much. Fire yagya, where we do mantras, because people cannot say Sanskrit very well. Even Indian people, there shouldn't be one Sanskrit mistake. Therefore, we chant Hare Krishna. What is it? Okay, so the first one is we have to be enthusiastic. Second, we have to be. Third one. The fourth one says, acting according to regulative principles. So what are regulative principles? What does it mean, regulative principles? I want other people to say something. What would our regulative principle mean?
Accepted principle, normally accepted principle.
I think regulative principle. That means the principle of Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vadam, Dasyam, Sakya, Atmani, Vedanam. Prahlad Maharaj told his father, the father was very bad, Prahlad's father. He took him on his lap and said, what do you learn in school, my dear son? Or he says, I learned that you should worship God. He took his son and threw him out. Second time he brought him, he told his teachers that there must be some Hare Krishna in the school, you know. So you make sure that my son does not become a God-conscious person. So then the second time he brought him on his lap, he says, tell me what you learned. He says, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vanam, Dasya, Sakya, Atmani, Vedanam. That you should, Shravanam, Kirtanam, you should hear and chant. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam. You should hear, chant, remember God. So we have to do that. This is the Pegor principle. Shravanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vanam, Dasyam, Sakya, Atma. Archanam means that you should worship God, the deity, the pictures. You should do puja. Vandanam, you should offer prayers. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Sakya, Atmani, Vedanam. Sakya means that you should serve God in friendship. That this is more advanced. And then you should surrender everything to God, ultimately. So these are the regulative principles. The regulative principle is every day we should chant God's name. Every day we should read the scriptures. Every day we should control our senses. We should try to be vegetarian. We should try not to take intoxication. We should try not to gamble. We should try to follow this principle. So this is helpful in devotional, in making spiritual advancement, to follow some rules. Then they say abandoning the association of non-devotees. Should I continue? So abandoning the association of non-devotees, what it means is we should not associate with people who are not God conscious. So then someone will say, how am I going to go to the store? How am I going to go to work? So it doesn't mean that you don't speak to people. It means that you don't take their association. You don't become influenced by them. You go to work, you speak with people, you buy the milk at the store, but you don't develop their mentality. It's good, a lot of people are coming.
I'm trying to change them.
Trying to change them? Well, the main way to change is to show example. You understand? If we actually show, then people will become attracted, because people are attracted by truth.
Yeah.
We have to be honest, and everything will come. Hare Krishna. How do you say Hare Krishna? Hare Krishna. I have to say Hare in Tamil. Wanakam. Wanakam. Am I saying it good?
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be good Tamil next life.
Yeah. No, in this life.
Hopefully there'll be no next life.